Oh, where you watch? Look where you watch. Know where you watch. Choose the right thing to watch. And this enough to watch. Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gorgan, Facebook and YouTube. And that enough to watch. The movie star fly take off from Palpatine TV said that. Boom!
A big sound, a play a big tune.
Ja Holy Emmanuel, I woy. Ja Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. Well, Gideon go busting out them head again. So much oppression poor people face right now. Them crying out for freedom. Them crying out for free speech. Then said them want to stand up like them black liberators, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther and the ancient monarchy where come pave the way, sir. Free up black people from me tear down them fence, yeah. Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well, the Gideon go busting out them head. I listen, I see, I the power of the Trinity. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, and we know war, not every...
Blow, Mr. Gorgan, blow! Blow till me dance up me toe!
This is Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gorgan. Good, healthy food with the X Factor. So give it a like, share, subscribe, and touch up that notification bell. And that is it. Look at that.
Deliver me from my enemy, my God. Set me an eye from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Save me from the bloodthirsty men. For behold, they lie and wait for my soul. The mighty gather themselves together against me, not for my disobedience, not for my sin, Lord. I have done no wrong, yet they are ready to attack me. Rise up, behold, and help me. You, Lord God of armor, the God of Israel, rouse yourself to punish the nation. Show no mercy to the wicked, traitor, sealer. They return at evening, howling like dogs, and prowl around the city. Behold, they spat with their mouth, so they are in their lips, for they say, Who art us? But you, Lord, laugh at them, you scruff of all the nation. O my strength, I wish for you, for God is my high tower. My God will go before me with his loving kindness. God will let me look at my enemy in triumph. Don't kill them, or my people may forget. Scatter them by their power, and bring them down, Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them be catched in their pride. For the curses and lie which they utter, consume them in wrath, consume them, and they will be no more. Let them know that God rules in Jacob to the ends of the earth. Selah. At evening let them return, let them howl like a dog, and go around the city. They shall wander up and down for food, and wait all night, if they ain't satisfied. But I will sing of your strength, yes, I will sing aloud of your loving kindness in the morning. For you have been my high tower, a refuge in the day of my distress. To you, my strength, I will sing praises, for God is my high tower, the God of my mercy, Selah.
Woman, you sexy from your born. Walkie, woman, you born sexy. You sexy from your born. Spin your roll, make them see the bumper, and no dumper. Walkie, woman. Woman, you sexy from your born. Walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie, and a talkie up. You back it up, cock it up, fling it up, ice it up. The thing pretty, and buffy. Walkie, woman. You know sucky. You like when me shooby up. Walkie, woman. Me like when you sweaty, and wetty. Just like when rain a fall off of your body like a raindrop. Walkie, woman. Me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want to brace up, not tears up. Make me feel up. Then we kiss up, and the lips. That and the split up. Yo, walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie, and a talkie up. Yo, the thing pretty and buffy. You know flappy, or sappy. Your skin smooth like a young baby body. That's why them a watchy, and a chatty. Woman, you sexy from walkie. Yo, me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want come brace up. Yo, make me kiss up, man. You sexy from your and the lips, not on the split up, split up. Yo, walkie, walkie, walkie. You just a walkie, walkie, walkie. Walkie, 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 woman. Me like how you walk. Woman, you sexy from your back. You like when me draw the long gun. And me stick you, stick you, stick you up. Walkie, just a pinty, pinty up. Way, walkie, walkie, walkie. Woman, you sexy from your back. Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman, you sexy from your band. Up and running, up and running, up, up, up. Tiki sweet TV, keep Gorgan. Patsava, man over matter, up and running. Well, right about now, you see on the screen, that's up. The little town color brother named Christopher TOFTON, who call himself health minister. But boy, I tell you, say, this little town color brother upon the screen, he's a piece of shit. And I'm going to deal with them really, really rugged, because you up now. Andrew Wallace, Labour right, them come out. Well, Andrew Wallace's wife said that, and the Labour right, them follow. Anywhere rubbish there, PMP live there. That woman come and say that. She could never get away with that in no other civilized country. And she not apologize. Just look at that. Call it our own Jamaican people rubbish. And her husband come out the other day and call PMP dog again. Sometimes you have to take bad things and make laugh, because boy, the people who lead the government and I behave them way there. And I apologize. And when them do it, I did the thing, you see when them do it, them followers, they could dunce at them where really around them for just a $5,000 and some drink or something. And them like to cook. And them follow them. Nobody have no moral to say, well, then, no, that joke. You can't, because if them call PMP, well, put it this way, if Andrew Wallace's wife call anywhere PMP live is, anywhere rubbish there's PMP live there. So if him call PMP people and class them like that, and then him come back and call PMP dog, that means the Labour right, them take it up. Because them back of the class, them can't think for themselves. Because if I'm this PMP, or if them are this PMP, that means them are this Labour right them too. Because they are all Jamaican. So them people that look on them things and they not condemn wrong when them see it. Them endorse it. Right? Them endorse it. Because them leader talk fuckery. And anybody who do over this attack fuckery, them support it. Because when them come out and do them thing, they call people rubbish and dog. The whole Jamaica them attack. But the Labour right, them so blind, fool. Them just think so well then, boy, now sir. They can't take it and throw it back on people. But believe you me, that's why I say me attack by any topic, Me not go afraid to style them and call them anything. Because him on the screen is a crook. Him can't give accountable for billions of dollars from 2017. That hospital a bill. Well, not even billing, refurbishing Canal Region Hospital. And all now, we show you a video the other day where people are asleep in a corridor, and upon chair. For days, upon days, can't get a bed. And this man, well, me not call him a man, this guy here, ton color, TOFTON, just go on like him IT type and thing like that, and him not take no talk, him never take no responsibility, him always try to blame it on somebody else. The amount of thing what this brother here do already, him should have gone and resigned, but him they have no moral, they have no shame, they feel like well nobody can talk to them, them untouchable. They watch dead baby die, and this brother here watch, and he try to spin it like a gig, right? He tried to spin it like a gig. Everything him do, him blame it and try to blame it on the doctor or somebody. He never take responsibility yet. Yet, him can't get accountable for what? Because remember, that hospital start from 2017. And then the COVID did come in, so them get 2 years. But it don't matter because people working at the COVID the same way. Special builders. Because once it kind of slow down, so we're not going to really try, but we give them that. But from 2017, the project supposed to cost $2.7 billion. And how much the project reaching now? 26 billion. And nobody knows where it do. So what am I do? Chop money, country broke. People can't get no health attendance when they go to hospital. Other day, The thing with the daughter die just like that because we call that negligent and him not take the responsible feet at all. Him come out and I try to spin it and I talk about people are threatening nurse. When the nurse come out with all these fuckery, when they want to feel like somebody can come and spin things for them weird. With the media, and the next thing again, the dirty media them, the mainstream media them now come out and do nothing because them in them pocket. And it's a shame. So I have to give thanks to bloggers as well who are push it out there. Yeah, man. Because in an idea, this brother here, I don't know anything, but why, I don't know, but them not supposed to get away with this thing, them thing are free, and get off of it, And that's why them a fight for us, when them a fight a losing battle to hold on upon them rascal government. Because them can't win a third term. It's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna see what gonna happen because these people, they're all criminal. That's why they don't say nothing. They make Andrew Wallace the leader that's real because them I eat big food too. So the leader trying to blind eye on them. So them love him. And that's all I go on. So this nasty piece of shit, man, may I tell you. You see, you look at him there, in the what? Pan America Health Organization, World Health Organization, right? And that's what I'm there now. Use up taxpayers' money and then overseas at them places. Where my chat me not know, and because we just hear what I say. I'm sure this brother is one piece of shit. And yo, let me tell you something, Just hear what this guy has say. I'm going to last it. Oh, the last it. So I'm going to find it back again.
I'm happy I was able to call because I was sitting here and I said, no, this is enough. I need to just say something.
The last that fucking clip people. We'll go back and find it again. That's how it goes sometime. When you work with an edited script, you're gonna always lose them. So that's how it goes. But me I tell you, so this brother, yeah, man, he can't give account for nothing at all. Right? Can't. The guy just so fucking lie, teeth, and dry eye. Well, I'm not him alone. All of them I saw them steer. All of them I saw them steer. The whole time people used to say, every liar is a thief. And that is so true. For the rascal thing, that's the last thing, the man. This is sucking something where thing just last like that. Why? Sometime, I wish I find why so. Last fucking picture just like that. Well, not a picture, last video just like that. Come on now. Anyway, we're gonna find it back. Or if not, we go to another video. Everything just fucking The mouse not working properly. Anyway, I gotta take a break and come back in a minute.
Woman, you sexy from your band.
Walkie, woman. You born sexy. You sexy from your born. Spin your roll, make them see the bumper. And no dumper. Walkie, woman.
Woman, you sexy from your band.
Walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie. And a talkie up. You back it up, cock it up, fling it up, ice it up. The thing pretty and buffy. Walkie, woman. You know sucky. You like when me shooby up. Walkie, woman. Me like when you sweaty and wetty. Just like when rain a fall off of your body like a raindrop. Walkie, woman. Me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want a brace up, not tears up. Make me feel up. Then we kiss up, and the lips. That and the split up. Yo, walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie, and a talkie up. Yo, the thing pretty and buffy. You know floppy, or sappy. You still smooth like a young body. That's why them a watchy, and a chatty.
Woman, you sexy from your
Walkie. Yo, me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want come brace up. Yo, make we kiss up.
Woman, you sexy from your
And the lips, not on the split up. Yo, walkie. You just a walkie. Walkie, woman. Me like how you walk.
woman, you sexy from your band.
You like when me draw the long gun and me stick you up. Walkie, just a pinty up. Way, walkie.
Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman.
Yeah, people, sorry about that because I lost the video and it's like, boy, God give me trouble find back, and that's such a shame because I didn't want to make him hear what this little nonsense I say. But anyway, the main video we are talking about this health service now, because it's like this brother I talk about. There's nothing wrong with the health service in Jamaica. This dirty piece of TOFTON, right? Him say the health service is okay, nothing wrong with it. And sometimes you have to really wonder if these people really, why them take Jamaica people fools, you know. But at least them take time to wake up. Even the labor right them still, you know. Well, anyway, this woman I know lost her like a 13-year-old son. For a minor procedure with him foot, you know. That just happened the other day with this little brother, we manage Chronic Law. Daughter died the same way at Children's Hospital. Well, I tell you to ask that, you know. And this man have the heart. He come out and talk about there's nothing wrong with the health service. It's pretty okay. Imagine that. And look what go on around him. Look on the video we are show. In a them brass cloth condition now. You main condition. People have to sleep. Cardboard. Here. Not for an hour, 2 hours. Days and days. And them can't get a bed. There's no bed. Them can't get no doctor, no treatment. And this fucking man come on and talk about there's nothing. The health service is pretty okay. Eh? Them thing that get you really right, you know.
Pull it, 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 pull it.
Yeah, man. Get you really raw. Someone will hear this come on a story. Because Andrew said, well, then why you want the people them to just share it and me have to share it because this really touch my core. Because you know what? As me thought, it's more than once, you know, more than twice. If the health service is good at Jamaica, whereas money live at Jamaica, I'm just going to come same speed. But yeah, but because a lot of people go down there and try to do that and then end up lose them life through the same thing. And when sickness hold you, which part you live, they road them in an ambulance. So by the time if you drag you to a blood clot hospital, you're gonna lose your life. It happen all the while. Because the road alone gonna make you lose your life. The rocky road and all these fucking things. Right? So Jamaica not really young people might have a chance if the people live in a Kingston. And then if you live in a Kingston, if you have a deplorable hospital, when you have no equipment, no have no good training nurse, because peer people don't know what they're doing, you know. Yeah, they don't know what they're fucking doing. But you know, them employ these people and that's all it is. Why it's sad, you know. It's sad. But that story of this woman, I have one son, 13-year-old, nice little youth, you know. He would play football and was getting foot injury or something, and then it caused something to develop, which is themselves was easy procedure, and they cut up the brother, and he end up losing life. And you can see, you can feel her pain. Or she will wake up and then nobody to talk to. And fucking hell, she needs, but it will take a lot of mending, you know. It will take a lot of mending, believe you me, trust me. And I feel it for her, because you can just imagine, you know, one youth, one boy pitney, and negligent through the Rasta government, run the health service down to the ground, and enriching them fucking self. And they don't respect Jamaican people. They want to respect them to get them vote so them can do what they want to fucking do. You understand? Yeah, man. Get me raw, you know. By the way, I go to the video and hear what this lady has said. It's a long little video still, you know, but it's very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting, believe you me. And people have to learn from this. Yeah.
Emergency section, and he was admitted at 8 o'clock. So we're there for hours before he was told he's gonna admit him. When we got to the ward, yes, the surgical team was right. They came right away, and they did the treatment. I guess all the needles he could get that night. The first doctor that addressed him, I think, was still in training because he did not know where to put the needle. He put the needle on the wrong side of the foot, and he was aggressive. I guess I said if you can be sympathetic or empathetic when you're doing the treatment. So the other doctor came as a resident, told him it was the wrong area. He did that. Anyway, he did a surgery the early Saturday morning because it was a Friday. So he did surgery Saturday morning, and they said it washed out. He had to go back the Tuesday because they said it wasn't done properly, or there's more, pus there, stuff like that. So we did that, and while he was going through the treatment, there was some stuff that happened that if I wasn't monitoring him, maybe he would have lost his leg from that time. Because at one point he started telling me that he was itching. I thought it was mosquitoes because he said the mosquitoes were big. I found out that they changed his antibiotic because I was basically monitoring him. I was there every day, and I said to the nurse, he's having a reaction to the antibiotic. And she said, no, everybody has to get that. So I said, no, she was referring to the blood thinner, the heparin. So I told her, no, he just got a new antibiotic, and his skin, he's dark skin, and you can see the rashes on him and stuff like that. So I told her to talk to the doctor about it, and I'd rather they change it. She did not talk to the doctor. I wasn't aware at the time, and then I realized a couple of days later, he started to drain again. So when the doctor saw that, he was like, oh man.
You see, the nurse, the doctors and the nurse, follow rules, you know. Them have them one way, them unruly. Because the woman explained to and them a try to show us well then. And you see, the kid you would end up dead because it's pain negligent. And this man come tell you, say the hospital, there's nothing wrong with the hospital, everything is okay. Eh? and people are dead. The amount of people, the amount of blood where this blood clot my brother have on him, and you know, Christopher TOFTON, from during even the COVID too. Yeah, because they force the people to take injection, yet but they not tell you how much people dead through that. This brother, them people are killer, you know. Labour Party, Labour right them, you know. The government, and then they follow them, are be the same way. Ignorant and fool. I can't think for themselves. Can't think for themselves. Yeah, man.
He's getting osteomyelitis, he's going to have to drill the bone, stuff like that. So the consultant wasn't there. I'm going to say something, Andre, I don't know if whatever. What I noticed there were young doctors, a lot of stuff that they were doing. They were taking pictures and sending it to their boss.
So you think
You
they
know,
were
so
experimenting or they were in
Well,
yes,
well, here's the
experimenting
thing.
and
The team was available for you to speak to,
experimenting.
but the
Compare
consultant, I
trade
don't
the
know how
doctor them
busy
off.
he was or what was happening. He wasn't there all the time. So their method of communicating with him was via
Remember, you know, the good doctor them gone abroad, you know, from long time them have migrate, you know. And you know, so you have one doctor for all 300 people, you know. How can that be? So Jamaica Road, the only thing if I can get some service, you have to pay. Go to Andrews or some of them blood club, big private hospital, because you will get good care, but you have to have the rest, your pocket of it long. Ordinary poor people don't have them things there. Them depend upon the rascal state. Because to be truthful, in the 70s, public hospital have everything in it. And that are 70s, you know. And now fucking 2025. And them lack of everything. So so instead of the country move forward, it stuck and I go backward. And the piece of shit, turn color, Christopher TOFTON, come look from people and talk about, yeah, me tell you say, you know, that them brother there, yeah, me don't know, you know, but sure, I try man, you know, me really rot, you know, because
WhatsApp or
Yes.
phone calls.
I'm a feel a
So
little
a
yeah.
lot of that was happening. You know, and he would guide them from there. There are times when he come in and he will talk to me, very courteous and everything like that. So I appreciated that. They were always available for you to talk to them. But after the second surgery, I said to him, Doc, could you brace his knee for him because you know, need the surgery, don't have that strength anymore. And he looked at it and he thought about it for a bit. And then he's like, he'll be fine.
Yes.
Turned out that wasn't the case. His knee started to deform. So had he braced it, he would have had that deformity. So when he's walking, he started to deform. When I took him back to the clinic, I didn't get to see the consultant. I spoke to the resident. He said to me he's not doing anything about it. I said, why? He didn't give me a response. I went back on another clinic visit. He said the same thing. He said
Yes.
when he become a man, he can break the leg and put a metal plating in it. So I
Wow.
said, why would you want to do that if he's young and it can be corrected? No. I went to the office. One of the admin there tried to call the consultant. He answered the phone. We don't know what happened. After a while, the communication went off,
Yes.
and that was it. So when I took him back to this next clinic visit, I said to him, Doc, something is really wrong. He didn't come in with his foot deformed like this. What you're going to do? He looked at it. He did say to me he was
You
very
start to fuck
tired
up the youth.
because he has not gotten any rest from June. And this was in December 2022. And he's
Wow.
been working basically every day. So I did say to him, I said, yes, doc, you're very tired. He said, yes, and there are over 200 patients in the clinic that day, and they were short staffed, probably about 2 or 3 doctors working. So
Yes.
he sent for an x-ray, and I did it. And then I took that result to his other doctor, and that doctor referred me to a specialist. He's a well-known sports specialist. So when I took him there, he looked at the x-ray and he said to me, yes, they did a pretty good job in terms of treating the infection. However, based on the type of deformity, my son's foot cannot stay like that because he's now having what you call a bow leg, and it's gonna get worse. And because it's unbalanced, he's trying to like lean, his body is walking like lean to the right. And I was concerned about scoliosis or effects on his spine, stuff like that. And he was kind of walking with like a kick, you know, him walking and kicking.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
said to me, he's not doing those surgeries anymore, but however, UWI has a team of doctors that specializes in this. So this was in 2023, January.
Yes.
So we got a referral to UA, and that is how we started the journey there. When I went to you, the same junior doctor from KPH was there, and he said to me, "What are you doing here?" I said to him, "You will soon find out."
Oh.
So when we went into orthopedic and he looked at the x-ray result, he was like, "Oh, he knows he's what I'm talking about." But it's a different team of orthopedic surgeon persons who look at it. So we went to a section of the clinic they call the Elizarov, right? And they assessed him, we spoke about it. They said they were going to do surgery of the tibia. The consultant surgeon was concerned that there may be like dead bones, but he said he didn't want to go back in the knee. So we did a series of ultrasounds to see what happened. The
Boy, oh
first surgery was
boy.
supposed to be in August
That means a guinea
2023,
pig in
Andre,
them
but it
turn a
was
guinea
put off
pig.
because they said they did not have access to some of the machinery that they were to use for this surgery.
Oh Lord.
Right. So I think in 2024, I got a call like the Thursday, and the doctor was saying to me, "Bring your child to the hospital for admission." So I was like, just like that, you didn't give me any notice and stuff like that. I was having some challenges with the surgical company. I don't know if I should call the name. The supplies, orthopedic stuff.
Ball
So
out everything, lady. Ball out your pitney dead. Ball out.
okay. So we got a prescription from them to go to Surgix to order some items. When I went, I checked in with them, I asked them if they took accept health cards, health insurance. They said no, they don't. No, the cost of the items were $252,000. I even called the Montego Bay office to find out, if it's the same thing, and they said they don't accept insurance. So I said, "How long have you been busy? Are you new?" They said no, about 6 years. So I went to the insurance company for my son and I said, "What reassurance can you give me to say that this is going to be paid for, because they don't want to take insurance?" This is separate from the UA bill, which at the time was 284,000 something, right?
Yes.
And they said I would have to pay it up front and then take it from there. A cousin of mine said to me, as we're discussing, I said, maybe because the insurance companies are not paying the money on time, these companies don't want to accept the health insurance. So she referred me to the Ministry of Health and said, "Go in and talk to them and find out who, oversees these incidents." And I went there and I spoke. Well, initially I wrote the email. Sorry, I think the email was the 7th of November. And then I got a call in December, and they said the email came to the wrong team, but they're going to forward it to the correct team.
Yes.
Initially, I don't hear anything from them. And I think this was November 2023. So about April 2024, I went to the ministry.
Yes.
They can't find the email. The email disappeared.
Disappear. The email disappeared.
Yes. So when I spoke to the young lady there, she said to me I was to write over the letter, change the date, as if I'm just as coming to them. So I said, "No, I'm not reporting anybody. The original date stands."
Yes.
So she said, okay. She gave me some instruction what to do, get documents from in school, stuff like that. I said to her, "Remember, I have insurance, She said, "Don't worry about that. We're just doing what we. So initially, no, they sent me with an invoice to go to Surgix. When I went to Surgix, no, Surgix changed them tune. "Oh, yes, they do accept insurance. They don't swipe the card." So I said, "I didn't expect you to swipe the card for that amount. I expect you to do a pre-authorization." So after all those up and down, I remembered this was October 8th, 2024. I sent information to Surgix. Surgix said they sent off the email the 9th of October. The insurance said that they will respond within 3 to 5 working days. 25th of October, no response from Surgix. I called them. They don't get anything from the insurance, nothing like that. When I got in touch with the insurance, they sent me an email within 5 minutes to show that they responded to Surgix within 5 working days, the amount that they would cover. And Surgix is telling me they did not get the email.
Wow.
So I went back to ministry. Other stuff, no, my son file went missing. They can't find the file. And what is happening? So as an admin there took up the matter, and they were telling me that if anything were to go back to KPH, my son was afraid of KPH because of the amount of cuts he got. And there were times the junior doctor was saying, "Cut, go further, cutting." So he can't bother them cutting.
So
So he was really,
they were cutting up your baby like a lab rat.
So the amount of needles he got and the way how they handled him, he was so scared because a patient at KPH had told me that at one point he looked at the doctors and said, "One of the wickedest set of people about if you know wicked one more time." That is how he was lashing out when he was there. So he was so traumatic, he did not want to go back there. So he said, "Mommy, I'm not going back there." So I said, "Okay, we'll
Yeah.
continue with you." So ministry at the time said, "Okay, because of all this, they said to me, listen, we're going to take over this part for you. We're going to handle it, right?" So I was like, "Okay, thank you." Now, when we went back to the hospital in December, they sent me for another x-ray because the
Yes.
doctor said, come March, he's going to do the surgery because he's a
Surgery.
priority patient.
Mm-hmm.
We're so, okay. We discussed it. He's a sickler, but he's on the milder side. He has HBSC. So he's not someone who gets sick often. He's monitored by the sickle cell unit.
Oh,
And
Lord.
his
So
last visit,
he has sickle cell.
he has sickle cell.
Oh, my Lord.
So his last visit was in I think it was January 2024. So
Mm-hmm.
they had given me some tests to do, and of course he normally goes like every 6 months for checkup base, because he's in good shape, so to speak. He's one of the very healthy. And the result came back that everything was okay. His blood count was 11, which is good. No, the doctors, we spoke to them about that, and they knew that he had sickle cell, and thinking that they're monitoring based on it. I said to them, any concerns at all, you can reach out to the sickle cell unit. And if
Yes.
you want any information, I can go there as well, because I'm that type of person. I'm not afraid to run up and down and get the information for him
Mm-hmm.
because I want it to be better. No, they said to me, of course, they kept asking if I made a payment, stuff like that for I said, yes, that's taken care of. And they said, okay, I need to bring proof because that has to be shown before he's admitted, stuff like that. He did
Yes.
another set of blood tests, and they told me that we were to get some blood donated, at least a pint of blood or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, a unit of blood they needed, just in case. He did say that the procedure that he was doing would be minimal blood loss, but just in the event. So I said, sickle cell, of course, you need blood to help you for oxygen.
Yes.
And we went in the Monday, the 10th of March. And I said all along we were discussing the tibia. That's a little bit below the knee here, right there, because he said he's not going back into the knee. No, we got there about 9:30 thereabout, and I had someone to donate the blood because I bought someone before and it didn't work out, so I took my nephew there. We did
Yes.
not get any bed until 11 minutes after 8 that day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're there all day sitting on chair waiting on a bed. They said they don't have any bed.
My God.
So we
Oh
were there,
God.
we discussed stuff with the
And the boy talk about
anesthesiologist,
their service,
discussing,
not wrong with it.
the risk associated and stuff like that. And
Yes.
she said to me, Dr. Sheppy, she said to me, we have no concern about him because he's very healthy. They're seeing his file, everything like that. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. When I left the night, because I was tired and I had an accident some years ago, so I was starting to spasm. So when I
Wow.
hugged him the evening and I went home, and they told me he's the first one to go into surgery the following day. I spoke to him just before they took him out. So he
Mm-hmm.
went into surgery at 7. Initially, I asked them how long the surgery was expected to take. They said 3 to 4 hours. If there's any difficulty, it will go like 6 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he went into surgery after 7. I decided, okay, if anything, I would go there for visiting hours just to see him. They called me after and asked me if I got the name of that antibiotic he had gotten at KPH where he was showing a reaction to. So I made my way to KPH
Yes.
and I found the doctors there because of course I know who his team was, and every time I take him to a doctor I try to find out at least one of the doctors' name. So I knew
Mm-hmm.
the team that handled him, so I found them and they were able to pull his file, and they said to me they realized he was getting a particular medication that had stopped like within 2 days. So I said that's the one, because all the other medication he got, he didn't have any reaction to it. So when I
Yes.
spoke to Yui about it, they said they will not give him that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, while I was at KPH, I got a call from the consultant surgeon, and
Mm-hmm.
he said to me, "Mother, is like there's a situation now. Surgix." He was saying we ordered part of the items apart from the metal plates that were going into his foot because he was getting some rings. We ordered 10 cc cancerous chips, like a bone allograft. So he was saying something about 5. He received 5. So I said to him, no, it's 10 that we ordered. He said he knows, but only 5 Surgix sent. So I
What?
said, what? Yeah. So I said to him, why? He said, Surgix don't have any more. So I was like,
Mm.
okay, so it means that we need to try and source the remainder. So he said to me, no, we can't source that because I'm already in surgery. I started the surgery. So I now need to do a bone graft. And if I don't do the bone graft, your son will not heal.
What?
So I'm like, what's going on? So I was
So
beside the doctor.
wait. So you're saying the doctor start the surgery and him don't have all of the items?
The package did not arrive until when they were in the surgery. That's what he's saying.
Mighty God.
No. So I had no choice, but I said to him, I'm going to make my way to the hospital. He said he can't wait. I have to give him a verbal over the phone. So the doctor beside me at KFIT was saying, well, his bone is good, but, you know, I'm saying there's nothing I could do. So I said, go ahead. So I was there, I went home actually, and I researched hip bone graft. And it looked painful. And I'm like, oh my God, with that additional stress on his body, being a sickler. So when I went up there, we're waiting, I was like, he's still in surgery, he's knockout surgery. About 5 o'clock, I got a call.
Yes.
And they said to me, he's out surgery now. Mother, you can make your way to recovery. So I went by recovery and knocked the door, and they told me I had to wait outside because they were busy. I was out there for a little over an hour. A nurse came out and said to me, they need a bottle of water. So I got one of, I think it's what they call a 1 liter, that tall water for him.
Yes.
And I gave it to her, and they said, wait some more. Then they called me in, and I was able to see, and they told me to wash my hand. The first thing I saw Andre was his lips were white and swollen, and his face looked big, so his face swollen.
Wow.
So, but his eyes, he was open. I was like, why your face swell so? And he was like, my lip, and him touching him lip. And then he was like, thirsty, want water. So I looked at them and I said, where's the water I gave? Nobody answered. I had a bottle with some water in it, but I didn't want to give him because I said, I don't know, whatever. One of the doctors, I think it was a nurse or a doctor, one of them in there said, wet his lip with it. And he said, no man, I want more. So she said, you're on fluid.
You're dehydrated.
Dehydrated. So he said, want more. She said, no, you're on fluid. And he said, water. And I said to him, can you feel your foot? Him kind of thing. But each time he's talking, he was nodding in and out of consciousness. Him nod off, him come back, him nod off, him come back. A nurse came to him and said to him, how much pain between 0 to 10 are you feeling? And he said 6. And then he nodded off again. And she said, okay, I'm going to give you some pain medication. When I looked at him, Andre, his chest was like this. He was doing like this. His chest was vibrating. So I said, I don't like how he looked. Why is his chest going on like that? And the lady, well, I don't know if it's a doctor or not, but I assume it's a doctor. She looked up at the machine and she said to me, he's okay because the monitor shows his heart rate is normal. One of the nurses was saying to me, oh, it's a warming machine. I said, which warming machine? She showed me something on the floor. I said, that's on the floor, not doing anything. Something is not right. He's breathing.
Yes.
And he was there, and then he looked at me because his voice, I guess because he's still under anesthesia. And he was like, love you. And I leaned forward and I said, I love you too. And then he said, love you. And he did like this. And those were the last words my son said to me. Right? No, I said to them, let me see the surgical area. And she said, okay, I'll show it, because he's sleeping. And I said, yes, because I didn't want him, his eyes to open. He would sit and panic. So when she showed it to me, he had a scar in the middle of his knee. So I was like, but the doctor said I'm not going in his knee. And there was a scar to the side of the knee. And then, of course, the one at the hip side. And then I noticed almost down to his ankle, the front of his, where you call it, the shin area. There had a scar there. So I said, what happened? Why is that chop there? And a doctor turned to me. I know it's a doctor because he was on the orthopedic team. He said to me, his foot was deliberately broken because we're doing it for lengthening. So, so that one foot don't shorter than the other. And I was like, okay. I stood there looking at my son and I said, Lord, please don't let those be the last words my son said. I just didn't like how he looked, Andre. And he was there, and then of course, because I said he went back to sleep, after a while I went home. Before I went to the ward. I was about to take the bag because I said, it seemed like you can come back to the ward tonight. One of the nurses said to me, no, mommy, him soon come up because recovery call and said him soon send him up. And that was not the truth. That was not so. That was a lie. I went home. It took me like an hour to get home. So about an hour and a half, I got a call. And they said, mommy, We just want to give you an update on your son. He's still in recovery and we're monitoring him. I
Yes.
said, thank you very much for that. Half an hour later, I got another call.
Mhm.
And she said, Mommy, this is Dr. So calling from UWI Hospital. Just want to give you another update on your son. At this time, kind of flashed to my mind that maybe he's awake and they're sending him to the ward. Her words after that were like, Mother, you know, when you do these surgical procedures, there are risks. Every energy left my body when she said that. And then she said to me, your son woke up confused, disillusioned, he didn't know where he was, and then he became unresponsive.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you know.
his blood count, and she said to me, we underestimated the loss of blood.
Doctor them
So I was
lie
like, what?
fuck.
And she said his blood count went to 4. No, he's coming from 10, 11,
The
went to
blood
4.
count went to 4.
Went to 4 before you realize he's, you know, and she said he's losing blood, but they don't know where. And she said to me, he became unresponsive and they put a breathing tube in and put him back to sleep.
Wow.
So I said, so she said,
Put
how
him back
far
to
away
sleep.
are you living? I said, Doc,
Fucking
what's
hell.
happening? My son died. She said, no. She said, but he's very, very sick. He's like the 12th sickest person in the island. I was like,
Wow.
no, man. I said, he's dead. She said, no. I said, he's 50-50. She said, we don't use that word. How far away are you, mother? Because his heart can stop at any moment, but we'll do everything to resuscitate him. Come to the hospital, but don't come alone. So I said, my pitney dead. That's what I said to her. And she was like, no. I got my brother to take me up there. She said they got him some blood and he improved. So, you know, she didn't say how much he got. She said he got some blood and he improved. We went there. We got there 11:45.
Yes.
We met our doctor outside. I think he says Dr. Lee's his name. And he said to me, he's losing blood. They're trying to find where he's losing the blood. So they're going to do an ultrasound of the abdomen. And they just call the person over to do that. Like within a minute or so, he came, said that, oh, the ultrasound was negative. I'm like, that sound like him going nowhere. But, you know, because everything going through your mind, they took me in and he said to me, we need blood for him. So you need to get relatives to go and donate blood. And when you donate the blood, bring the receipt to show us they gave blood. So my brother turned to him and said, what are you saying, doc? If we don't give blood, him not going to get any blood. No, we're not saying that. But currently we don't have any blood on supply. We're testing blood, but we can't find any match. And this is not our emergency surgery. This is a planned surgery. I went in. And when I went in, the doctor said to me, Mother, hold his hand, talk to him. He's likely to be hearing you, but he can't respond. And I'm looking at him and say, but is a dead pitney this shit tell me if you talk to, because if you're going to tell me, say, talk to him can't hear him, but he, you know. So I said, when I spoke to the doctor, I said to her, I know I saw his chest as he was struggling to breathe, and you told me it was okay. And she said, yes, that was a sign of him struggling. But because the machine did not go off, they'd never take me serious. Come on, I'm a non-medical person. And I say to you, he's having some, like he's not breathing properly. And you're waiting for the machine to go off before you act?
No blood.
No blood. He wanted blood. He never got blood according to them until the following day.
My.
We left there about almost 2:30. When I got home, I got a call from a Dr. Fortune, who's an hematologist. But before we left, one of the doctors said to me, him being on the breathing tube is buying them time to find out what happened. So when I got home, the hematologist called me and she started asking me questions about his health, his history. At the time,
So that's why I'm saying I know where this woman, well, when I say I know what she go through, I can't just imagine what she go through. Because look at this sweet little youth, 13-year-old. He have ambition to play football. So he must get him foot hurt in football. And that's where it started from, you know. Just a minor procedure, right? One dege kids share. So just imagine now, just live through this, wake up, if it's not there, not gonna come back ever. Them thing they hard to live with, you know. She really strong. Then again, people will show the but boy, I tell you, this is our serious situation. But and them thing that piss me off. And when we hear stinking Christopher TOFTON come talk about there's nothing wrong with the health service, it's okay. And look at the woman I tell about what that because Christopher TOFTON gives them now go over hospital, them got the best private hospital or go foreign. Yeah, that's how them set themselves. But them can't talk to ordinary people like that and tell them lie and spin things. Like them a spin fucking gig. You know what I mean? Very sad. Yeah, very
Said, sure, I
sad.
think his steady state was about 8.5, because that was the thing I had in my head.
Very sad,
She
man.
said she had a reading before of him coming in with 11. So she said there's something wrong with going on with his kidneys. She said she's a part of the emergency team, and ICU called her to tell her they're asking her to please fix it because they don't know what happened. No,
God.
what they told me is that he should be in the ICU. However, he's still in recovery because ICU had no bed space.
Sad, you know, brother.
So maybe he didn't have everything there, that you'd have in ICU. I don't know. So they have to be from ICU. Doctors have to be coming to recovery to do stuff and stuff. So she said to me, he needs blood. That's all she keeps saying, he needs blood.
Yes.
And the following day, his relative went to the blood bank to give blood. I got a call from someone from Reno telling me that he's going to need dialysis.
Dialysis.
So I was like, oh God. But I'm thinking at the moment, I guess they're finding stuff so they can find things and correct it, So I was asking her if it's a one-time thing or permanent. She didn't answer. I said to her, we're at the blood bank, we just gave blood. And she said, okay, he got some blood and he stabilized. No, I was on my way to go there. I got a call about 20 minutes later from a Dr. Johnson who said to me, Mother, we have to take your child to the theater again. I said, what happened? He's swelling up. I said, swelling up where? Above the cervical area. So I said, is that the knee? He said, no. So I said to him, Doc, where? He mumbled, he didn't want to answer. So I said, Doc, don't play with me. Where? He said, the thigh groin area. So I said, I'm coming to the hospital. He said, he can't wait for me to come to the hospital. He need another verbal from me so he could do a procedure on my son and that will correct his issue. So I said, Doc, take care of my son. Please take care of my son. No, on my way to I kept getting calls and they said to me, when I come there, I was to come to ICU, come to the recovery area. When I got there, doctor stopped me telling me the consultant surgeon, which is Dr. Rose, wanted to see me. And so he didn't want me to go to the recovery section. So I said, why? And then I got a call, 2 female doctors. She said, where are you? I said, I'm here. They said, take a walk with me. I said, based on where they were, we had another section you could walk to go to recovery. So I went to that end. I realized that they didn't turn that way. They were going straight. So I said, what is going on? Mother, just walk with us. Just walk with us. I said, tell me, what is it you have to tell me? Don't do that because right now I realize it's not good news. She said, Doc is coming to talk to you. Did you come alone? I said, yes. So, but while we're getting there, I saw them going into a room, like a conference area. And I stopped at the door and said, did my son die? She said, Mother, we can't discuss your business here. I said, no, you tell me. You're going to bring me into a room to tell me the same thing. I'm thinking, no. And after I got a call from my sister who realized I was up there and she made her way there and I told her my sister was coming. I saw a doctor was walking and talking to another doctor having a little discussion. Whoa. We went into the room and they said to me I was to sit down. I said, I'm not sitting down. They said, Mother, sit down. I said, I don't want to sit down. Did my son die? Nobody want to answer. So I turned to Dr. Rose and I said, he's dead, isn't he? And he nodded his head and said, yes. My sister broke down. And honestly, it's like my heart stopped and come back. And I said to them, take her out of here, because she's going to break me down. And I looked at him and I was like, you can't figure, you do a foot surgery. Yes, they're going to tell you there is associated. I said, my child is dead. And Dr. Rose looked at me. There were about 6 or 7 doctors in the room. Whoa. And he looked at me and he said, my surgery went according to plan. Everything, and he did his hand gestures, everything that I wanted to do was exactly how I wanted to do it. And then he did that with palm, his 2 hands, and said, I handed a healthy child over to recovery ICU. So I was like, but you did give my child any blood during surgery, and that's crucial. A female doctor turned and said, he only lost about 800 ml or just over a fifth of his blood. Being a sickle 100, that's too much blood for him. Whoa. Right? So it is then now one of the I don't know if she's from ICU or recovery. She had on a hijab. She got up and she put her both hands on the desk, and she said, "Mother, your child died suddenly. We don't know what happened, when it happened, how it happened." That makes sense?
Mighty God.
That don't make sense, right? And I asked to see him. Of course, after we were there, we got a call
Alright.
from the registry.
Yes.
Life.
Miss Cox, because she said, what the doctor said to me, it has to be investigated, a coroner's inquest is going to be needed, the police is going to be involved. The registry is going to call me and ask me if I want to bypass the autopsy.
The registry asking if you want to bypass
the autopsy and let her just write up the burial order. So I said to her, why would I want to do that if the hospital don't know what killed him? Oh, mother, I'm just asking. So we went there the Thursday. My sister and I went there to say to her, I hope you guys are not thinking of doing an autopsy behind our back, right? And she said to me, no, we need your permission to do it. So we said, okay. She said, we can't do it without your consent. She said, let's go for the file. She went to ICU for the file and she said, yes. ICU told her it has to be investigated. So I will need to go by the station and get a police officer to come and officially identify his body. Then she said to me, hold on, let me confirm with the pathologist if the pathologist agree. And I'm like, okay. She went there and she came back about 10 minutes later and said, yes, the pathologist says it's within my legal right to get to know what happened to my son. So we went by the Papin station, we gave her a statement. The police came to the hospital. When we got there, we handed her the receipt that, from the police station. She was like, autopsy is tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. That's a Friday, So we said, no. You said you needed our permission. She started to go on. We don't need your permission for this. This is a government business. And she started going. So my sister got upset. I would knock the door. I would start to say, no, you can't do that. And I said, and the pathologist would have to agree. And the pathologist will agree because we said we wanted an independent person to sit in.
Yes.
If the pathologist don't agree, what we're going to do? Mr. I'm going to roll up here. Any other pathologist tell me, say me can't get an independent person. So the police officer said to me, he was calming down and he was like, Mommy, she's talking in medical terms. I don't know what medical term that she talk about, but I guess he was trying to see that things look too bad. So we went to the pathologist and she said she got the file Wednesday night to go ahead and do an autopsy as soon as possible. And she was saying the reason why they would do it quickly is because crucial information probably from the body. So I said to her, no. We haven't gotten anybody to sit in. I will need to get somebody independent, whether them fully independent or them I go work with, whatever it is, because me said this is Jamaica. We want to get somebody, on our side. So she put it off until the Monday. So the Dr. Rose called us now and he said to me, where are you? At the point I said to him, I was at the registry. So he was like, ooh, so you're not going to do the autopsy? So I was like, his voice perked up. So I said, Doc, I'm in the middle of something. And he said, I'll call you back. So I said, okay. We did the autopsy the Monday, which is the 17th of March. And it came back inconclusive, cause of death pending. However, he had multiple organ failure, heart, liver, lungs, kidney, everything crashed.
My God.
And his spleen was, I think, twice the size. And I'm thinking, nobody knew that. You're there and you did not see that the spleen was collecting the blood. And they told me they did an abdominal ultrasound that would have shown. And you didn't even need to do an ultrasound to see that his tummy was swelling up.
My.
And there was also blood on my son's brain. And he did not do a brain surgery.
Blood on your son's brain?
Blood on his brain. So when we put it to the pathologist, she was saying like, it's not enough to kill him, but she's still gonna examine it and stuff like that. So she has these samples now that she's doing. I thought it was at the government lab, but I understand you is doing everything. So here's the next interesting part, Andre. The following Wednesday, I went on the road. I didn't bring my phone because my brain wasn't there. So when I came back, I got a few missed calls. One of the number came back to Dr. Rose's private office. So I said, okay, he was calling me. Eventually, after he called me back and he said he was just checking up on me, he said, how are you? I said, I'm not doing well. And he said he can understand because he has one child and he's a son and every day I'm worried about his son. So anyway, I said to him, I have questions. So he said, talk to me. Let me see if I can answer. So I said to him, Dr. Rose, did surgics at any point communicate to the hospital that they only have 5cc cancerous chips? Because Andre, if I order something and you, even if you had it at the time when I ordered, when you're packing the stuff, you realize you don't have everything. You're supposed to reach out to me, not just the hospital.
Yes.
Nobody from surgics reached out to me. So I'm asking him if surgics had communicated to the hospital before. He started to repeat the question and then he switched and said, let me explain something to you. Bone from your body is the best bone to be used. So I said, yes, but we never planned for that. And that's not what I asked him. He don't answer the question. And he was like, no. Remember, I asked you and you told me. So I said to him, you called me while you're in surgery. He was like, no. That is why doctors don't bend over backwards and help.
My
So
God.
I said, Dr. Rose, don't say that. You're going to get me upset because I didn't go to you to beg anything. By the time the first money you asked us 284,000 something. In December, the money went to 301,000. And on the day of admission, it was 335,625. And I asked them why I'm to pay 30-something thousand more. They said all the money I'm paying was estimated bill. Right? So it kept going up, and you're telling me you're bending over backwards to help. I don't know how that come in. So I said to him, why are you calling me in the midst of surgery? He said that's when the package arrived. He had already opened up my child, and if I had told him not to do the surgery, he could have stopped it. How could I tell you not to do the surgery?
My God.
And then the entire surgery would have been in vain, right? Because he thought it was two-part surgery. I don't know what two-part surgery is talking about. We only discussed the tibia. So he was like that. So I said to him, you told me my child would not heal if he did not do the bone graft. And he said, Madam, the answer to that is correct.
My God.
And then he went on, oh, the rings that your son got on his foot, they were free. So I said, Doctor, I paid for my son's frames. No. Do you mean to tell me you think you paid for those rings? You did not pay one dime. So I said, what ring have to do with my child? I didn't beg you with anything. The reason why he said that is because the pathologist told him I paid for the stuff, right? And those rings are given free. And by the way, you is not paying him. And in 2023, he did how much surgeries and he did not get any money. And he went on to 2030.
What you said, Dr. Rose said? You will what?
You are not paying him because according to he's volunteering his time. So it's what he's doing. That have nothing to do with my child. And me my volunteer for.
Wait. So the Dr. Rose said you will not paying him.
Right, because he said he retired in 2010 and he did so much surgeries and he don't collect for them. So that was part of his conversation. And he was like, oh, you're blaming me. I'm to be blamed. And at one point he was like, he know what happened during surgery, but he will not have that discussion with me because I had formed my own opinion. The questions I am asking him, I should go and ask the anesthesiologist those questions.
So I'm inferring blame now on the anesthesiologist?
Yes. That's what he said.
Mighty God. So your baby suffered?
He suffered. He did not get any blood. His surgery, when I got the provisional autopsy report, his surgery was 8 hours and 20 minutes, Andre. No blood.
8 hours?
8 hours and 20 minutes. So he developed a condition called rhabdomyolysis, which is serious because it's similar to persons who do strenuous activities, or you ever in a vehicle and you squeeze up and cramp, and when you come out you can't move. I now realize that that's a serious thing. So I encourage nobody to squeeze up in a taxi or nothing like that. So because of his medical condition, and not only that, and whether or not you have sickle cell, but he's more high risk. So he was in surgery for so long in one position and probably not positioned properly. He developed that condition where now his muscle became weak and a toxin was released into his bloodstream. And that went straight to his kidney. And she said they found out that he was anemic within 2 hours of surgery. When I said to her, she said nobody could tell exactly when the anemia set in because it could have been from the conditions of the surgery. But that is when they found out. So Andre, he was not being monitored. You can't, as far as I'm concerned, All he was interested in was doing the surgery, doing the surgery. Nobody took into consideration his health condition. It don't seem like they had any discussion. They did not do a proper assessment of him to say the type of surgery that we want to do, his body can manage it. Remember, I take him to you. If he cannot do that type of surgery, let it be. We would have to work with the consequences if he had issues later on, because as I said, he could become, the bone rubbing can get infected later on, maybe get wider, affecting. However, if that was the case, it's something we'll have to work with if he can't do the surgery. So he was not properly assessed, and during the surgery, nobody was monitoring him. So when I went back to sickle cell unit to let them know what happened, and I was saying to the doctor, I said to her, somehow I think his blood count is like 8, stuff like. She said, no, mother, your son is a healthy sickler. He's always have 10 and 11. Even his result that he did in June 2024, his blood count is 11. Healthy child, and that's why they authorized the surgery, because they got his health information. However, because you're doing a surgery, even though he's under anesthesia, he's not feeling effects, his body is getting those, struggles, those pressures on his body. Nobody monitored him. No blood in surgery, and when he came out of surgery, recovered, didn't have any blood either. So it's when his heart gave out.
Wow.
That is when they were now running up and down trying to get blood. Nobody had any standby blood for him. Right? What Dr. Johnson told me too is that the cut, one God Almighty cut in Andre from my son buttocks go down to him, Nino. What he said to me was that what they were looking for, they did not find it. So it was an unnecessary cut. Right? Them slice up my child, and he's gonna tell me what they were looking for, they don't find it. And that is when his heart gave up, because his heart could not take anymore. So according to him, his second surgery killed him. No, on the day of the autopsy, when I'm talking to the pathologist, she said the notes told her is same place on the bed in a recovery, then cut him. Dr. Johnson told me, he can't make it, got theater. And I said, what? He was taken to theater. She said, no, they cut him same place on the bed, and they were trying to resuscitate him there. So 2 different information that.
Mother, so they tell you that they carry him to theater
a second time.
And where did they operate on your child?
The pathologist said when for the second operation on the Wednesday, where they said they were going to do the thing on his leg, they're going to relieve pressure from it. It was done same place in recovery on the bed. He was not taken to any theater.
Mighty God.
Right. And I can tell you that I did an interview with our television station. And she said, you will block them. You would tell them, say they will sue the reporter, and they will sue the station. And the administrator of UE said she's not aware of the incident with my son. If I have an issue, I should file a claim against UE. The matter will go to court, and it will be private between me and you. I understand no private between me and you, nothing. And I don't want to keep it private because you don't know who else this might happen to. And Andre, when I contacted Surgic said them send everything to UE. Them never shot and no cancerous strips. So when the rest of cancerous strips gone.
So you're saying that what the doctors are saying that the things them short.
Never shot. Surgic said it wasn't short. So I've since asked for information from them. Ministry of Health has reached out and said they want that information as well. So Surgic need to provide that, because I said to them, up to now I haven't gotten full proof from them. But they said they sent everything, right? So I said I need to know who signed for it, confirm everything that was sent, and they said tomorrow, Monday, they'll be responding to that email.
Mighty God. And you were saying to the reporter that if they carry the news, what?
They will sue the reporter and they will sue the station. So the reporter says she no bother bring the story because she's young and she don't want nobody sue her.
So the reporter never bother carry the story?
They never bother carry the story because you will bully her.
Mighty God.
So I went to the hospital to get a copy of his medical report, and every time I go there, this person have it, that person have it. When I went there, they told me that I would have gotten it last week. When I went last week, they said they won't have it because pathologist sent back for it. Then pathologist said them send it back to the records office. Record office said them don't have it. Pathologists have to now pull out their book to show that yes, it was sent to the records office. Then the record office is telling me, oh, is the lady from registry have it because she had to put some document in it. I don't know why every minute they are going to the file and this document this. And so all of us every minute, I don't know what they're doing. They're removing stuff, if they're adding stuff, what is happening. And up to now, we don't get the medical report. She said that she'll try and finish up. It was that Friday gone. I don't get a call. So I might have to go there tomorrow to find out what is happening. Every time you go there, somebody else have the file.
Don't be surprised that the file disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what is the present state of everything being done?
Well, we're waiting on the ministry is going to do an investigation because they said they're reaching out to the CEO. So we are waiting on Surgics to send off that information to them, because I don't know if it's a runaround they were giving either. So I eventually had a meeting with one of their coordinators. I don't know why she wanted a meeting, just to provide the information, because I brought my ID and everything to show that I'm the what happened. We had the meeting, and I spoke to someone there. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, and she said that they said they'll send it off Monday coming. So I'm waiting on that. And they said to me, if I can get an attorney, I could do so as well, because they're going to have a meeting with the CEO of the hospital.
So have you found an attorney?
Not as yet. I have been, checking stuff, but not as yet.
How long now you've been looking an attorney?
All right.
Basically, the same week he died, even at the same time, we're going to do the autopsy. I made some calls and to find out, some of them are saying that they're booked, or some person said they will call back. I haven't gotten a call back. So that's when I reached out to you, and I said I wanted to see if, Mr. Buchanan was available, but I understand that he's no, because at the same time, other doctors, they're upset, because when I spoke to some of the doctors, he was like, so if I go to you, for my foot, me I go dead. And I was like, doctors, he said, yes. He said, no, how can you understand? Yes, surgeries, everybody know you're going to anesthesia, but nobody was looking to say you go there to correct a deformity of the bow leg and you end up losing your life.
So he went in to correct a deformity on his leg.
Right.
And your baby end up dead.
Dead. Because they were not prepared for him. No blood, because according to the doctor, the surgery is minimal blood loss. So basically, he was not paying attention to his medical condition. He was just paying attention to the surgery. So the surgery is doing minimal blood loss and not paying attention. So remember, the person he has in front of him is a very, very sensitive. Basically, sicklers, as what some parts say, them come like eggs. They are delicate.
Mighty God.
So he wasn't paying, when I listen to everything, he wasn't paying attention to that, because if he was paying attention to that, he would have given him some blood during theater, and recovery, whoever would have given him blood after. No blood was there. They're now telling me his blood type is hard to get. If you are now saying his blood type is hard to get, why you plan the surgery? Why are you telling me that now? Which blood is crucial to him? He started to sickle all over. The pathologist said sickled all over his body. The stress of the surgery.
My God. My God.
And it's like I must not ask any question. And the Monday morning, I so forgot I never got the doctor name, but I know his face very well. When I saw him the Monday morning when we were going for the autopsy, I was like, Doc, good morning. The man touched me on my shoulder and just said, you'll be fine, and turned away. That's all he said.
Oh, what the doctor said?
No compassion.
Pat me on the shoulder and said, you'll be okay. That was his exact word. You'll be okay. And he walked away. He never even asked me how I was doing. He never even said condolence. He just pat me on the shoulder and said, you'll be okay. And he just walked right off. My God. One of the orthopedic doctors. Mm-hmm.
How are you coping? How are you coping?
Well, honestly, when it happened, when I heard, it's like I was in a daze for quite a while. I wonder if me really, they're confused. It took me a while to soak in. In the days following, of course, I'm like looking at him. I want to blame myself, because he said to me initially, if we could put the surgery back to June, because this is his final year of school and, he has exam coming up. So I said to him,
Oh, he
Why?
wanted to do his CXCs first.
Right, and he was saying that if anything, no, he will sit out a year. Do I wanted, of course, to say he continued school. One of the factors that affected me is because I was home on I'm home on medical leave from an injury, so I'm having some challenges with my work. So sometimes when I'm ready, them pay. When I'm ready, them drag them. The stuff like to frustrate you. And at one point, they were threatening to basically cut everything, health card, everything. So I was worried that if I lost the health card, I wouldn't be able to take care of him because I know I have to do a lot of blood tests, I have to do x-rays and
My
stuff like that. And
God.
I'm a single parent. So I was pushing on the financial aspect of it. Yes, I didn't like how he walked, stuff like that. But I'm saying, boy, if we not get that do within a certain time, we're in problem. So and he said to me, persons are going to look at his foot weird. So I said, you're going to a school that they know you had an injury and you're trying to correct it. So if your friends laugh at you, then I guess they weren't good friends. If you start a new school
Very sad,
with
you
it,
know.
that is when persons probably look at you weird and stuff like that. So because I was pushing back on him, that kind of guilt. I went, I spoke with his uncle, I spoke with other relatives, and I said to them, what you think about it? You don't want to do the surgery, maybe it's cosmetic part of it. And they too said they didn't like how he walked, they didn't like how he looked. And I said, he was like, how am I going to get to school? So I said, I've made arrangement for vehicle to take it to and from school. And then he said, okay. The doctor said when he spoke to him and said, why you really want to do the surgery? He said he told him he don't want to walk like that anymore.
My God.
So it felt
Mm.
away that, oh my gosh, you're wondering if you had leave it alone, he would be here,
Yeah.
So
And
are you blaming yourself or
I felt guilty that because of he had asked for it to be pushed back to June, I was like, oh God, he asked, he pushed back and I pushed and now he's gone.
No,
Maybe
you
if we push,
can't blame yourself because you try to do your best as a mother. Anyway, I try to do the best thing. But what the youth say, it better him did really walk funny, walk on jogging feet because a lot of people have those type of, disabled regarding. So that it better him alive more than, yeah, but so I don't know, but you can't blame yourself because you try to do the best for him. So it look like him didn't know, say, well then, you know, prefer about that do it and just accept the disability we have. I don't know, a really big thing. But you never know, and you wouldn't know. So, but if you blame yourself, you have to take off that off of the agenda. As far as me see it, but it's very sticky and stucky, very sad. Yeah, man.
push back, I would have my son now. That's how I felt. So they were
Yeah,
telling
it's
me, don't
true,
blame yourself. But it's
but
kind of hard because, he's not
you
here.
never know.
And then of course, yes, not to say that I really follow up a lot of negative talk, but there are persons that, yeah, I'm gonna kill off my pitney and and
Oh,
these are persons who don't know how him live on a daily life, right? But I can say push that aside because I too question myself that I wonder if he could have stayed with his leg, but because I got, it's not just like I run can go UA. I took
yeah.
him to 2 doctors before I went to UA. So I got more than one advice. You understand? And I too am a person who go on Google and I look at you understand, and stuff like that. So yes, it's just because he's not here and he's my company. It's been me and him. His father passed when he was young. So it's been the two of us. So now I don't have any company at home.
So it's you alone.
It's me alone.
can't say she hurt. Boy, me I
you
tell
know.
you, no, brother.
And my relatives will say they don't want me staying by myself. But how long can you stay with them? At the end of the day,
Boy,
I
oh
don't sleep
boy.
well at night. No matter the day, I find stuff to do. I will go on the road. Sometimes I walk around the place just to, my
Dirty,
thoughts. But
stinking Jamaica
at
Labour
night,
Party,
no
Labour
matter how
government.
far I'm go Andre, no matter what I do in the day, and I
Mm.
come home and I don't sleep, I still can't sleep at night. I still find it difficult to sleep at night. His face is the last face I see, and before I even make my eyes might close, and if I do take a look at snooze, and if he's on my mind. I really don't know how I'm gonna manage.
So when is the funeral?
His funeral is for next month. Mhm.
You have the funds to bury him?
I've started making payments to the parlor, and we'll try to see if we can finish up that early next month. Yeah.
How much more you owe the funeral parlor to finish up the burial?
They're supposed to get 200,000 more.
200,000 more.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to students. We're going to help the mother to find the rest of the money to bury her son. Can we agree to that tonight, Jamaica? That we're going to find. You have somebody who can set up a GoFundMe for you?
I've never done it before, but maybe I could if I have the information how to do it. Yeah.
I'm going to find somebody who can help you to set up a GoFundMe, because this one linked me to the court tonight.
True.
What is his name?
Cornell Hall. I will call him later.
Cornell Hall. We're going to help you bury him. My God. How many more mothers must cry for their children? So, apart from the funeral expenses, what else is there that needs to be sorted out?
I think that's the part. He has an aunt who is sending down his suit. So I guess we just have to make arrangement for that to come down for him.
Sad indeed, very, very sad indeed, man.
I mean,
just because of negligence.
Coming to me, have you started the program yet?
In a place where you're supposed to be safety.
Who
Nothing
helping
safe
you
at
cope
Jamaica.
through this?
Police are brutalized people, are killing people.
I have a cousin who is a police officer. The sad part of it, Andre, that he lost his son 2-3 weeks after my son died. A little domestic incident with him and his girlfriend. And I think what I understand is that he got a wound to his chest, right? But it wasn't directly to the heart. When he went to KPH,
I tell you,
he wasn't bleeding on the outside, it seemed like. So it was the internal bleeding. And the father said they were there talking to him, and before they realized that he passed out, and then they realized he had internal bleeding. By the time they opened the chest, his heart, the blood was all over, and it started to clot around the heart. So again, that's another thing where we look at as a delay health care, and the doctor was saying, they did their best. But if someone comes to you with a wound and you're not seeing blood pouring out or running out, must be some form of internal. So he spoke to me one day and he said, have you spoken to anyone? So I said, I spoke to Pastor briefly, but it wasn't, and he said, you want to talk to anybody? I was like, okay, because I didn't have anything to do. So he took me to the chaplain and we had a little session there. And he had at Harmon Barracks, and he has since told me that he will keep in touch with me and he'll have other sessions with me as soon as he can. But I mean, outside of that, yes, what you realize, everybody else have them life to live, persons go about. My sister, if they have any time and they'll say to me, you can go on the road, they will go on the road with me because they say they don't want me alone. But it's like, sometimes I just want, I don't know, it's like I'm by myself and just moving. It's like I just can't stay one place. I need to get going. This is how, yeah, I'm agitated. I find myself breathing hard and I thought like I'm out of breath. And then somebody said to me, no, you're not out of breath. That's stress because there's a tightening in my stomach. They're trying to get me to eat. That's going to be hard,
Well, there is something called Real Helping Hands. Real Helping Hands. It's a Jamaican app similar to a GoFundMe. So they're reaching out for Caribbean people. So they're reaching out to say to use their app so that they can sort out the thing for you. Oh, Lord. Because through you're in Jamaica, it's easier. Jamaica, this one is depressing.
He's my only child. And then, and I said to somebody, if I had another child, probably wouldn't take that child to the doctor because I'd be so scared if that child takes one step, I'll take two, so That's my company. My company is gone, basically.
No, we have to find you some support. We have to find you some support tonight. Are you eating?
I eat a little, not much. I got my dinner and all I did was probably 2 spoons out of it. But I will get hungry, and by the time I see the food, I don't have any appetite. So
No, I have no appetite at
yeah.
all.
All right, so we're going to students on Saturday night coming. We're going to sort the marathon for Kenisha. Jamaica on Saturday night. We're
Start it
going
now,
to
man.
do the
And church
marathon for
on Saturday night, but
Kenisha.
you know, wait till Saturday. Start it.
This one really. This one, Jamaica. And if there's any grief counselor out there who I don't know him, I don't know your son. People want to send, Kenisha, do you have a local bank account?
Yes, I do.
Students, let us do this the organized way. Send me your bank account. Admin, Auntie Claudette and Cocktail, how do we do this? How do we organize the students? Because if we do this the right and organized way, let us do the marathon on Send me your bank account details. No, students, I'm led to say let us do this on Saturday night. I'm led to do this on Saturday night. She will come back, we'll talk, and let us organize this for Saturday night. Let us organize. Yeah, but Mountain still works for Saturday night coming. Also, can you send me so people are saying take what we can take now? Or people are saying do no GoFundMe. Don't do it on Saturday. You lose the momentum. So they're saying doing it now.
Yeah, the best thing you do it right away. Don't delay. Kill for the woman and stay, you know.
Um, all right, so put up the Zelle information and the Cash App information. Persons are saying, Auntie Claudette says send it to the Zelle because people are sending in already. Admin, for those who are sending, just put up the Cash App information and the Zelle. Can you send me your bank account card? Persons in Jamaica.
Okay.
And you know, we're very transparent. Send me your bank account information.
All right, send it now.
You just send it to me.
Okay.
Admin, you have the Zelle information and the Cash App information. Can post. And for those who need the local banking
Yeah, people, right now, a sad situation, sad story, you know. A 13-year-old, when you have one youth, as a single mother as well. So the father died from young. So, you know, and for him just gone like that. It's not like, say, well, then him sick and dead, you know. It's a minor procedure. Them going to the WROST hospital we do. It happens so many times. So many times. And that the little 5-year-old girl died again as well. Chronic law manager, daughter die. And the same type of thing no matter about negligent and all these things. And I'm try to spin it and things like that. Well, I don't know, you know. I don't know. If a youth sick and die of a natural cause, you know, it's very bad and not too bad. But why? When something like this, you carry a youth, go past just a minor procedure, on him leg, and him end up turning a guinea pig, then cut him up, them do all kind of thing. The youth go through a lot of rascal pain, you know. I remember, you know, them knife, and them people, yeah, let me tell you something, man. This a fucking, and him just gone like that. And him want to bring the, spin the woman around like a gig and try it. I hope she does get the right lawyer, but then pay dearly. Because the thing is this, you know, them do it and them not talk to the woman properly. Like they don't care. And I talk to her like them in a market or something. Them people are trained for blood clot be a doctor. You'll never find it in England, you know. A doctor I'm a talk to people like that. No matter what. No. But boy, things you can say only in Jamaica. Only in Jamaica. Yeah. Very sticky, sad and fucking stocky. Yeah, man. This is called a shaka. Shaka, you know. Just imagine that woman that got through, you know. That she have try to put the best outside. I can't say one little, and I know she living in the ghetto, like, you know. But she have an intelligent ghetto woman that she speak fluently. Yeah, man. But me know, you know, God will, yeah, me tell you something, you know. But we can concede again, to have another youth. To be truthful, because you have to try to do something, because, yeah, man. Because, boy, kind of sad. Come and look into it and say, well, then, you know. Boy, I mean, I know, you know, brother. If you do that juvenile 30, when we reach 20, when we reach 15. Well, I mean, I tell you the rest, there are some things that happen where you can look on people and know say, why you don't want that to happen to your worst enemy. And that's how me see it. Yeah. You know what that happened to your worst enemy? And I don't play thing a serious thing enough. Because when you look at a little youth there, you can see him play football, him love football. So you can see the ambition upon him. And look at that woman there, you know, as a single mother, really growing good. But I mean, I know, you know, very sticky and stucky. But, you know, what can we do? What can we do? Because right now, I try to send it to her, but, you know, I'm getting a fight as well from YouTube. Because I get three strikes from them already. Third one now, the wickedest one, because I think it's from 3 months now. And I'm still not showing nobody my video. Some of them I get penalized. Penalized. You know what I mean? Penalized. I put out some good video, but me not getting, because, and I like say you're not getting views, but YouTube not rascal at, if you to show your video, you know. But, you know, that will cause it. When you get a strike, you get penalized for 3 months. But when you get 3 strikes, you got them penalize you more. And that me say happen. But, you know, I'm not going to stop, you know. That not going to really end, because we will come back sooner or later. Yeah, man. We just go and push the video out, yeah, man. I mean, I come and I do it with the views anyway. I do it because it's something I'm passionate about. I have a store to put out there in all different sections. So, yeah. But it's just pity. I'm kind of learn, you know. You learn this YouTube thing, you know. Because you get, well, no, I talk about three, and it's not 3 strike, 2 strike I get. First one, less than 2 months, the viewership was boom, one time again. Boom, boom. Yeah. So the second one, I know, it's kind of really going to be a long time now. Because I think it passed the 3-month mark. And YouTube still penalize me. But I think, I guess that's a strike work still. But, you know, as I'm saying, we're not doing it for the views. So, let's go and put everything same. But yeah, on a level, feel for that lady, yeah, man. Feel for that lady, yeah. But, I'm so far and I sleep. And you get blessed again. I can see the next youth, some or the other, whether a girl or a boy, it don't matter. Youth or youth, innit? Because in your position now, you alone live. You just in your little house now. And you can't call a little youth there. As you use it, yeah, man, it's fucking sticky and stuck. It's very bad. Because I feel it. Look into yourself, you know? Look into yourself. If you ever look into themselves. But anyway, God a God, yeah, man. And all me can say, God will provide a way for her. At least she'll get little help from Father Draw. To ease some of the financial burden, you know, burden. Yeah, man, so that is good. Boy, oh boy, what a sad situation. Sad, very sad situation. Very sad situation, people. So anyway, when I go dally about, because I just want to carry this bit here. I know so me carry it. But the thing is this, all of my video them you say not getting the views. What go happen when YouTube start to show about the video them? All of them gonna get yeah, notice and realize, yeah, because people go through them same because believe you me, I get a punishment with that. But as I'm saying, and the reason I bring up this now, because video like this now, we have the arguments and the viewership before, like, you know, when I get all 2,000 views on this. And yeah, and that is the thing. When you do them video now and kind of fucked up, you know. But as I'm saying, what is just that. Simple as that. Yeah, man, so I just say go. So we're going to leave from this corner now and jump into something else. I try to do some TikTok thing with mostly music, but I'm going to set it up properly because I didn't want to really, kind of late now still. So, want to easy. Because when I do it for nothing, I do it for the fucking, you know what I mean? Like and views now, sir. I do it for the love of be a part of social media, the new media, so you can get to really put out your story. So the platform, you know, another circle. So you up now. We'll leave it there, sir. We're gonna out and running, out and gunning, each and every one, whosoever around and whosoever watch, bless upon yourself and turn good and mind on to go. Watch on yourself, bless up and out.
A big sound up here, big tune. Jah holy Emmanuel, I boy. Jah Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. Well, Gideon go busting out them head again. So much oppression, poor people face right now. Them crying out for freedom. Them crying out for free speech. Then said them want to stand up like them black liberators, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther and the ancient monarchy where come pave the way, sir. Free up black people from me tear down them fence, yeah. Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well, the Gideon go busting out them head. I listen, I the power of the Trinity. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, and we know war, no devil philosophy. Not tentacle level for man's skin is of no more significant well to the color of his eye. Remember all the war done in 1935.
Woman, you sexy from your born. Walkie, woman. You born sexy. You sexy from your born. Spin your roll, make them see the bumper. I no dumper. Walkie, woman. Woman, you sexy from your born. Walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie, and a talkie up. You back it up, cock it up, fling it up, ice it up. The thing pretty and buffy. Walkie, woman. You know sucky. You like when me shooby up. Walkie, woman. Me like when you sweaty and wetty. Just like when rain a fall off of your body like a raindrop. Walkie, woman. Me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want to brace up, not tears up. Make me feel up. Then we kiss up, and the lips. That and the split up. Yo, walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie, and a talkie up. Yo, the thing pretty and buffy. You know flappy, or sappy. Your skin smooth like a young baby body. That's why them a watchy, and a chatty. Woman, you sexy from walkie. Yo, me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want come brace up. Yo, make me kiss up, woman. You sexy from your and the lips, not on the split up. Yo, walkie. You just a walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. Woman, you sexy from your band. You like when me draw the long gun and me stick you up. Walkie, just a pinty up. Way, walkie. Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman, you sexy from your band. Woman, you sexy from your band.
On Sticky Stocky TV. If your finger is not sticky, subscribe. But if your finger sticky, do not subscribe on Sticky Stocky TV. Big up yourself, Gorgan, straight.